Hey there, book lovers.
And welcome to the Sisterhood of the Steamy Reads, where two sisters dive headfirst into the world of spicy romance.
I'm Blondie.
And I'm Mare, and if there's one thing we love, it's a book that brings the heat.
From the slow burns that make you swoon to the downright scandalous reads that leave you blushing.
We're here to break it all down with hot takes, steamy plot recaps, and plenty of laughs.
No trope is off limits, no book is too spicy. Whether you're a seasoned romance reader
or just dipping your toes into the world of smutty fiction, we've got you covered.
So grab a drink,
get cozy, and let's talk spice. Hello!
Welcome back, everybody.
I hope it picked up your comments before we
It did. It
were
was
live.
muted.
You're lucky because I'm over here trying not to laugh into my microphone.
When I was like, don't fuck up. I didn't fuck it up.
Just swearing right off the bat. Let's just hit it hard.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to the Sisterhood of the Steamy Reads. I'm Blondie, your chaos coordinator or queen, whatever you want to call me today, and your TBR enabler. Today, we are heading into Colorado mountains for controversial, morally gray, and unexpectedly emotional reads we've ever covered to date.
And I'm Mare, your resident trope tracker, voice of reason, and emotional support co-host. This week we're diving into Credence by Penelope Douglas, a story of grief, isolation, and way too much sexual tension in one snowed-in cabin.
We've got a heroine rediscovering herself after tragedy. Three men with very different kinds of danger and enough moral chaos to fill a blizzard.
So grab your cocoa or something stronger because episode 24 is officially going off the grid.
I love it.
This is a fun one.
Yes.
Well, it's very taboo.
It's very taboo.
Hope you like taboo stuff because we're going crazy with it today.
So here's the breakdown before we start climbing this mountain.
Oh, jeez. The book is Credence by Penelope Douglas. It's a taboo contemporary romance that mixes coming of age, emotional healing, and seriously forbidden spice.
Seriously. We're talking both the novel and the audiobook. So whether you're a reader or a listener, this episode is for you.
Yep, and some of the main tropes in this one are forbidden romance, age gap, forced proximity, and snowed-in survival, reverse harem, why choose?
A couple of all those things, I think.
A little bit. We'll dive into that a little bit later. So, and just a touch of some morally gray family dynamics, just for funsies.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Just throwing that in there, a smidge, just a smidge.
Poo.
Well, all right.
Let's hit those trigger warnings. So if people don't want to listen, they can turn it off.
They know what they're getting into?
Yeah.
All right. So let's hit those trigger warnings first. Here we go.
Content and trigger warnings for Credence by Penelope Douglas. Misogynistic behavior, power imbalance, group sex, sexual violence, dubious consent, suicide, child neglect, domestic abuse, sexual harassment, and bondage. If any of these subjects are triggering, please stop listening now. Your mental health matters.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, again, if none of these things are for you, we will be discussing them. So
in detail.
Yes, in spice, all of its spicy glory detail. All right, moving on. Book summary, and here is the audio for you listeners out there. Credence by Penelope Douglas. Tiernan DeHaas doesn't care about anything anymore. The only child of a film producer and his starlet wife. She's grown up with wealth and privilege, but not love or guidance. Shipped off to boarding schools from an early age, it was still impossible to escape the loneliness and carve out a life of her own. The shadow of her parents' fame followed her everywhere. And when they suddenly pass away, she knows she should be devastated. But has anything really changed? She's always been alone, hasn't she? Jake Vanderberg, her father's stepbrother and her only living relative, assumes guardianship of Tiernan, who is still 2 months shy of 18. Sent to live with him and his 2 sons, Noah and Caleb, in the mountains of Colorado, Tiernan soon learns that these men now have a say in what she chooses to care and not care about anymore. As the three of them take her under their wing, teach her to work and survive in the remote woods far away from the rest of the world, she slowly finds her place among them. And as part of them, she also realizes that lines blur and rules become easy to break when no one else is watching. One of them has her. The other one wants her, but he's going to keep her.
Ooh.
Right? Gotta have a little bit of the drama.
I love it.
Just a smidge.
So before we dive in, you all know the drill. Come hang out with us everywhere.
We're on TikTok at the Steamy Sisterhood and YouTube at Sisterhood of the Steamy Reads. We also stream all of our chaos on Spotify and Apple Podcasts under the same name.
Yes, tag us, send us your wild reactions, and join our sisterhood. And we always love comments and criticisms and likes and dislikes.
We don't like dislikes.
You've never liked the dislikes.
Well, you don't want to like the dislikes.
I mean, if they dislike it, they dislike it. If they like it, they like it. If you dislike it, tell us why you dislike it. How's that?
That's better. If you dislike it, comment and let us know why so that we can improve.
Yes.
Or try and be more of something you like.
Yeah.
Not that we can always do that, but we will try. We strive to improve.
We'll give it a go.
Right? All right. So we're moving on. Here we go.
Meet the madness.
I love it.
I know. All right.
All
All right, let's hit that book overview one more time for the people in the back. Welcome to the Mountains. 17-year-old Tiernan de Haas has just lost her famous parents and the hollow world they built around her.
With no real family left, she accepts an invitation to live with her late step-uncle, Jake Vanderberg, and his two sons, Noah and Caleb, in a remote Colorado wilderness, aka mountains.
Cut off from civilization for the winter, Tiernan faces grief, isolation, and a brutal landscape that forces her to confront who she is and what she wants.
As snow traps them together in the mountains, boundaries blur, and desire ignites in ways that defy reason. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read.
Spit it out.
Defy reason, morality, and maybe even forgiveness.
All right, so let's hit these mini host questions right off the bat.
Yeah.
All right, I got one for you.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction when Tiernan decided to move in with Jake and his sons? Curiosity, dread, or excitement?
Out of those reactions,
Yeah, like what was your first reaction?
I was curiosity. So I had no idea what this book was about, other than it was taboo when I started reading it.
Oh, that's right, because you had never read it. I had read it previously, so I knew what it was about.
And I just knew that a lot of people liked this book. So I was like, all right. So I went in blindly. And so her moving in with them, I think I did see it as I think more of like curiosity for her.
Yeah, like I said, I picked this because we hadn't done, we've done some taboo, but this one's heavy taboo, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting taboo.
Well, because they're family, but not blood related. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked it. Anyway, so, yeah.
Okay. I got one for you. Do you think the isolation changes the way people view right or wrong in this story? That's actually a good question.
So, I don't...
Especially for this book, I feel like.
I don't think it changes the way they view it because they still know what's right and what's wrong. Mm-hmm. It just makes it easier to break the rules.
Okay.
That's my opinion. It makes it easier to break the rules because of the isolation. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
All right. Which mountain man did you expect Tiernan to connect with the most at the start? And were you right?
So I thought for sure the uncle.
So Jake?
So Jake. And I thought it was going to stay that way for like...
That's Jake, by the way.
yeah. Well, why not?
So you thought, so from the beginning, you thought she was going to connect with Jake right off the bat. Were you right?
It was right.
You were right. That's what I thought too, though.
Yeah, I think from their initial phone conversation, I think that's where her initial connection happened, where he was like, I don't really care what you do, but you're more than welcome to come here.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that or if it was so much of once she saw him and
Yeah.
I mean, she basically lived an extremely sheltered life.
Right, and he gave her options, right? He didn't tell her what to do. He gave her options and what?
He offered her something different.
Yeah. Sorry if I was crunching in your ear, Anna.
All right. Are we doing the last question in this one, or are we moving on to the next one?
Let's go to the next. Let's go to the spice breakdown.
You're right. Here we go.
Spicy breakdown.
It's too late now. We've moved on.
I know, that's why I shut up. I was like, never mind.
Not happening. All right.
Jake does look naughty.
Jake is
like really, really good looking.
Jake is my favorite character in this book.
Oh, really?
Yes, I like Jake the best.
Interesting. Okay.
But you know me in age gaps. I always like the older dude. And I particularly like his character.
Yeah, I like his character.
He's got more depth. He's a normal adult. I don't know. I really like Jake. So, all right, spicy breakdown. All right. I will rate the spice first because I picked the book. I'm giving the spice a 4 out of 5 on our Steamy Sisterhood scale.
I'm thinking.
You got to take into account all the things.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do I need to list them off for you to help you out? You've got reverse harem. A little bit of white shoes in there. You've got the taboo, like, family dynamic, even though they're not blood related. Then as well as the age gap, group sex. Like, it's all in the trigger warnings.
Yeah.
A little bit of bondage, voyeurism, exhibitionism. Like,
for me, though, yes, it's spicy, but it's like a 3 for me, personally.
Right. So you're giving it a 3. I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 4 for all the things around the spice.
Okay.
Because there's still a lot of spice in it, and they're decently hot. So why are you giving it a 3?
I think
because this isn't a dark.
Well, I wanted it.
You wanted it to be a dark, didn't you?
I wanted it to all end together at one point, and it didn't.
Oh, like all 3 dudes and her?
Yeah.
Dude!
That would have made it a 4 for
That
me.
was Den of Vipers.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That would have made it like a 5. Dad and his sons.
I could get weird like that.
I mean, I'm sure there's books out there like that, but that to me is like level 5. Next to missing. I mean, it's missing a little bit of sadomasochism in there to make it like a real 5. So that would give it like a 4.5 in my book.
We can have different views on spice.
Oh, totally. Wow.
You're
really, welcome. Dad with the sons?
Yeah, I thought for sure it was gonna happen in the bike room.
Dude.
I don't think it's a tangent yet.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta eat a Cheeto for it to be a tangent.
Gotta eat a Cheeto first?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go over the spice vibes, even though I kind of hit some of them.
Yeah, okay.
Go for it. I'll start first. I'll go first.
You'd go first.
Taboo tension is everywhere. Step uncle, age gap, and that dangerously close forced proximity.
It's a slow burn to all burn. The story takes its time before exploding into explicit emotional chaos. So slow burn and all burn.
Multiple partners, Tiernan's sexual awakening plays out through connection and confusion with all 3 of the men.
Yeah. Rough, raw, and boundary pushing. This spice is detailed, emotionally charged, and not for the faint of heart, for sure.
There are power dynamics in play. The scenes blur the line between comfort and control and pleasure and pain.
There's voyeurism,
Exhibitionism.
thank you, and shared encounters. It's not your average love triangle. It's a survivalist sexual storm. Holy shit.
It's intense, okay? There's emotional depth beneath the heat. So lust becomes a catalyst for grief, healing, and rediscovery. We have our optional bonus section today. We got some
Should we...
optional bonus section.
Give us some music really fast and mute yourself because I want to ask you a question off.
Okay. Chitty chatting must happen. Hold on. Crap. All right, just a quick one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason we're adding, so today, on today's episode, we are adding in the spice scene tracker, which is basically we're going to go over every spicy scene in the book briefly and chitty chat about it because we received some very well-written constructive criticism from a viewer. And like we always say, we're always open to criticism and we will always try and improve. One of the things that was requested was that we do talk about every spicy scene because that's what people are here for. So we are, in our own way, gonna add in, when it's possible, our spice scene tracker. So for this book, this is going to talk about every spicy scene in the book. So if you haven't read it, maybe skip over this till we get to the darkness breakdown. If you have read it, then this is just funsies for you. But hopefully we make everybody a little bit happy. Do we need to add in the fact that books that are considered erotica where the spice drives the plot and it's like every single chapter throughout the entire chapter?
Maybe those we just talk about the really crazy.
We just pick our favorite scenes and do those.
That's a
so
good
yeah,
idea.
I think that's a fair compromise. On the erotic, if we do erotica books with so many sex scenes, there's too many to count, then we'll just pick our favorite and do the spice tracker that way.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Yay. Okay.
Right.
I forgot to push random tangent for that, but this isn't really random tangent. It's explaining the change in outline. So here we go. Spice scene tracker, starting with
Chapter 6, Tiernan and Caleb, the garage assault scene.
dun dun dun.
So Caleb corners Tiernan in the workshop after returning from the woods. The encounter becomes physically, sexual, and non-consensual until she fights him off, establishing the book's first act of sexual violence and its ongoing trauma. So,
I definitely think that
this was the non-consent.
or dubious consent.
Dubious consent.
I would call this CNC, like consent, non-consent, or dubious consent. Is what I would consider this scene. Because, like, she doesn't know him. He hasn't met her yet. He has no idea who she is.
Yeah.
He just rolls in, sees this chick there in her pajamas, and is like,
Yes, please.
what's up? And, like, pushes her up against the car and starts, like,
Fondling her?
groping her heavily and she says no multiple times. She says no out loud multiple times. In her head, she still kind of likes it. This is where the dubious or consent, non-consent comes in. Mm-hmm. She kind of likes it, but she also says no out loud, I think like 6 or 7 times. So in my opinion, when I first read this book, I was like, oh, this is sketchy AF, but it makes up for it later. Like, it gets better.
It explains it.
It explains it, but yeah. So this one is, and that's all the further it goes. Mm-hmm. It's just some heavy groping and stuff. So, all right.
Heavy petting.
Petting implies consent. I would call it groping.
Heavy groping.
All right, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Chapter 7, Tiernan and Caleb, voyeur scene in the barn. So Tiernan spies through the stall and sees Caleb with another woman. When he meets her eyes and keeps going, it sparks a mix of shame, fear, and unwanted fascination that deepens her psychological conflict. So basically what happens is, I mean, it kind of just describes it, but basically Tiernan catches Caleb in the stall with a woman. She's giving him a blowjob.
The other woman is.
Yes, the woman that he catches him with, is giving him a blowjob.
Yeah.
So, and that's number 2. So, back over to you.
Chapter 9. This is not Tiernan at all. So this is Noah and Remy, which is one of the girls from town. And Noah has a detached, joyless morning sex with Remy while his father yells from him from downstairs, exposing his relentlessness and self-loathing as he realizes physical pleasure no longer distracts him from his unhappiness. He actually even fakes his orgasm to like get it done with because he's like over it. But I wonder too if this is because Tiernan has kind of sparked something else in him. Hold on, let me fix my hair. Go back really fast.
She needs her hair fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think it's more of
It's not numbing the pain.
He sleeps around because he's looking for a distraction for his unhappiness, and it's not doing it for him anymore, basically.
Yeah.
It's not solving that problem. I like our single piece of decor.
Yeah.
It's like just there by its sad loneliness.
It's our little mountain.
All right, here we go. All right. Let's see. Chapter 10, Tiernan, alone. Fantasy scene in the waterfall cave. So the boys take her up to the mountains for a fishing day, and alone behind the waterfall at the lake, Tiernan indulges in a raw fantasy about being wanted in the dark. She touches herself while imagining Jake with her, and the line between fear and desire completely dissolving. She doesn't finish. It's just like a very abrupt kind of little tryst with herself, kind of sneaking away, and she gets interrupted by Caleb and another girl, Cece from another girl from town. So these boys are total man whores in this book.
They are total man.
They all are, all 3 of them. They sleep with like every girl in town. So,
I mean, probably not hard. They're all really, really good looking.
They're what?
They're like really, really good looking.
Well, we showed Jake. Let's throw up Noah. So Noah's a pretty good looking guy. Oh, and they have a dirt bike. Like they build dirt bikes and repair dirt bikes. And Noah races them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're good looking. And then here's Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb is the dark, broody one.
God, I'm so attracted to dark, broody guys.
I don't know. I like Jake. I'm attracted to the older guys.
Isn't that funny?
It is kind of funny being that your hubby is way age gap.
Well, I know I like a good age gap, but he's also dark and fucking broody.
Yeah, he's broody. I don't know how dark he is.
He's
though.
not that dark. Well, I don't know.
Anyway,
But he's
broody.
definitely
He's definitely broody.
He's definitely broody all the time. Yeah.
All right.
Moving on to chapter 11. This is the Tiernan and Jake kitchen scene, which is very hot in the book, and
I love this scene.
I did enjoy it as well. In the dark kitchen, tension between Tiernan and Jake explodes into a heated, near sexual encounter that ends when he pulls away, horrified at crossing the line. It cements their taboo attraction and guilt. So doesn't she come down in her panty, like her
pajamas,
but it's like sleep shorts and a
tank top.
Yeah.
And she comes down because she wakes up in the middle of the night because she's having a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because she has nightmares every night. And she comes down and to get a drink of water or whatever and chill herself out. And Jake is like sitting at the kitchen table.
Drinking a beer
at 1:00 in the morning, contemplating his own internal dilemma with her.
Yeah. Wanting to go in her room.
Yeah, he's attracted to her. Well, they had before the whole under the waterfall thing, he's showing her how to fish and cast the line. So he's standing behind her, helping her cast the fishing pole. And there's tension building between her and Jake, between Tiernan and Jake.
Oh, so
which is why this kitchen scene is so great. Like, again, if you love the slow burn action, this is a great one because although nothing like it's just
Why are you taking your
yes,
socks
because
off?
my feet are hot.
It's like rubbing on your microphone. It's all.
I'm trying not to touch my microphone. How's it? My microphone is up here.
It was rubbing the cord.
Oh, jeez.
That was funny. I'm like, what the fuck?
My feet are really hot. Anyway,
Feet finders.
oh, jeez. I'll have to cover them now.
Oh yes, like sewing that front. You can't.
There are crazy people on the internet.
You can't even see them.
There are totally
All right.
crazy people on the internet, okay? Miss Feet Finders. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
You can't even see your feet now.
well, you can't now because I'm covering it up.
That's fine.
Anyways,
Where were we?
no, we were talking about the kitchen scene and the sexual tension. Like, if you like the slow burn tension buildup, this scene is great for
It's
that.
a very good scene. It's very well written as well.
Yeah, like, again, near sexual encounter, but like he resists her. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a spicy hot scene. Okay. Oh, this scene. Why do I always get the weird ones to talk about?
It's just every other dude.
All right. Chapter 16, part 1, because this one has 2 different scenes in it. Tiernan, Noah, and Caleb movie night incident. So during a late night movie, Tiernan, Noah, and Caleb share an explicit, escalating encounter that blurs voyeurism and participation until Jake walks in and stops them, forcing everyone to face how far the isolation has gone. I don't think they haven't hit winter isolation at this point, have they?
Yeah, she came down to get wood. She came down to get wood for her fire.
For her fireplace, and they were watching TV, and they're like, let's watch a movie.
Yeah.
Which then turns into them watching a porno.
Wait. That's yeah. That's
Yeah.
not my part. Yeah.
Which turns into them. I mean, people wanted us to talk in detail, which turns into the 3 of the boys putting on a porno and telling her, you should probably leave now. And she doesn't. And then this is where like exhibition and voyeurism happens, where Tiernan starts again solo pleasuring herself, and so does Jake.
Yeah.
Or not Jake, Noah. And they're watching each other. And then things start escalating where Noah's trying to convince her like to become theirs as far as her and to become theirs as far as Noah and Caleb, the brothers. Mm-hmm. And it's getting a little hot and spicy and kind of uncomfortable. At least while you're reading it, you're like, oh my God, they're going to get caught. They're going to get caught. They're going to get caught. And then they get caught.
Continuing in that chapter.
Your turn.
Yeah, Tiernan and Jake. The spanking scene. So after breaking up the movie night incident that we were just talking about, Jake confronts Tiernan. Their argument turns into a punishment scene involving spanking and emotional release before he stops, guilt-ridden and conflicted. Does he take her pants down?
Oh, yeah. He
Spank.
takes her pants down and gives her a good, nice spanking. She likes it, though.
She did like it.
She likes it. He likes it. And then tension, again, it's kind of like the kitchen scene. The tension
it
builds.
Went too far.
It almost
he
goes too
broke
far.
it up.
And the tension builds. And then...
Broken up.
And then he's like, no, we can't do it. And then, he stops himself again.
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 All right, here's the good one, though.
Oh, okay. Here's again, like I've said in previous, I always like the big first scene. Here comes the big first scene. Is chapter 17 with Tiernan and Jake in the truck. So Jake and Tiernan finally cross the line and have full-on sex in his truck after hunting, transforming their tension and taboo attraction into physical relationship that redefines both their boundaries and guilt. And I've got an image for this one, I believe. Let me make sure I push the right button. Oh, yeah.
That's such a good picture.
So all but one of the pictures in this are created by the watermark. I forget how to pronounce the name, but the credit will be given in the description box below. So please check it out. I found this person on Pinterest and she had some great AI art of this book. So,
Okay.
so in this scene, first of all, it's hot as hell.
It is.
I loved this scene.
But-
And he takes her virginity. Mm-hmm. And she is a legal 18-year-old at this point. Like she gets there and it's like 2 weeks or no, it's
8 weeks.
8 weeks before her 18th birthday. At this point, she's 18 and has been 18 for a little while because it's right before Christmas.
Yes.
So she's been 18 for a while. So she's a legal adult. She consents to it. There's no questioning what she wants. She literally verbally asks for it, and Jake is all too willing to give it to her. And he is he's a caring lover.
He is a good lover.
Especially for the fact that it's her first time. He very much takes that into account. And it's a good scene. It's well written. It's sexy. It's hot.
You know what I was thinking during it, though?
What?
Get in the truck. It's fucking freezing.
They are in the truck.
Not before he takes half her clothes off.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, oh my God, you've got to be freezing.
Yeah, but
I
their
would not
body
be into that.
temperature's up and they're excited. And they were already sweating because they were hunting and all the other stuff. So,
Yeah, no way.
I don't know.
I'm always cold, though, so that's all I thought about is how cold she probably was. I'm like, get in the truck. We can finish this in the truck.
Get your cold ass in that truck.
That's literally what I think about.
Yeah, it's definitely it's up there with one of my favorites. I would say this next to the kitchen scene are probably some of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it's good because he worships her first, kind of gets her ready, edges her a bit.
Yep. Prepares her for it, makes sure, and then like takes care of the uncomfortable part pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And then makes sure she enjoys it afterwards.
Yes.
So it's a great scene. Like, again, Jake is hot. So, and I like the age gap. So the older guy, younger girl thing is just one of my favorite one of my favorite tropes anyway.
Did you think it was appropriate for him to take her virginity?
Okay, so this is probably going to be a hot take, but in my opinion, she's a consenting adult. And I know what a lot of people say, but there's a power dynamic and a power imbalance, and he's more mature and da 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 da.
No, I mean, did you like it? Not politically, like
no, but I think that in general, society has infantilized women to the point where, as if they don't have any agency. Like at 18, if you can die for your country and you are a legal adult, you can make those decisions for yourself. If you are not mature enough to do that, then you shouldn't be doing the deed anyway. Yeah. I mean, anecdotally, for me personally, at 18,
I don't think
whatever partners I had or didn't have, I was very much unaware of the decisions I was making and what those consequences would be.
And I also think she's aware of the decisions she makes. I was just asking if you thought people like. I wonder other people were probably like, "Oh, this is inappropriate." But that's that's why you're reading a taboo romance.
I mean, well, that's the thing. That's why there's trigger warnings at the beginning of books, so that if you're not into that, and it makes it very clear this is an age gap. Like, I'm pretty sure that's even listed in the Goodreads summary.
Yeah.
Some of the information that this is an explicit 18 up novel with some certain themes in it. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure there are people out there that feel like it's inappropriate or they're not into it or they feel uncomfortable by it. Wait till we get to things like Birthday Girl or older that have major age gaps in it.
Love it. Let's do it.
I mean, we did Lessons in Sin, and that was a 19-year-old and a 45.
And he took her virginity too, right?
Uh-huh.
That's right.
And that was a big taboo. And he was a priest and she was a schoolgirl. So, like, the other thing to remember, again,
Shit's getting weird.
I know. And I'm going to go off on, a random tangent really quick. Another thing to remember about spicy novels is, again, these are fantasy. If you're reading these books to get like relationship advice, you're going to the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these are fantasy, it's fiction, it's for entertainment value, and take it as that. These are fictional characters. So you can enjoy, again, in my opinion, you can read a book like this and enjoy it for the entertainment value in it, but also know that for some people, this makes them uncomfortable. And in real life, they would never even dream at 18 of dating an older guy like that.
Oh, for sure.
And there are older guys that would never dream of being with a younger woman at that age range either, because it makes them uncomfortable. So it's different strokes for different folks, man. Yeah. All right. Random tangent over.
Okay.
Moving on to the next spicy scene.
So, chapter 19, Tiernan and Jake. So now they've kind of established their their kind of relationship, if you will. Tiernan and Jake make love in the shower, blending tenderness with passion. He reveals his past through her while solidifying their emotional and sexual bond, ending with a teasing affection. So in this one, they've kind of had some pillow talk, and he's explained his past to her. And she very lovingly says, imagine me as the woman that he was truly in love with.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, like, yeah.
When he was a young man.
Yeah, not who his...
The one that got away. Yes, I'm going to keep interrupting you.
So not the one that he has his children with, but the one that got away, yes. His true love, if you will.
First love.
Oh, fuck me, man. You want to talk about it?
No, keep going. It's all you.
Oh, now you're going to... Okay. So she says to him, like, pretend that I'm her and make love to me like that. And he says what, Mare?
Oh, that's the part where he says, I would rather it be Tiernan when he's talking to her. He's talking about her in the third person. I'd rather be Tiernan because basically I'm past
That relationship.
I'm past that. Something in, yeah, that's not verbatim the quote,
No.
but basically he's saying to her, I'm over that part. Like he's moved past it and now he wants to be present in this moment with her.
And I thought that was...
And it was loving. It was intimate. It was romantic.
And I think that's where that ending, like the teasing affection came in, and
Yeah, it was pretty good.
their passion kind of blooms a little bit more.
Yeah, now I always get the weird ones. All right.
Now we're moving on.
I think I have a picture for this one too. Yep.
So now we're like in full blizzard mode.
Oh yeah, we
just shot
it's been
Cheetos
full
everywhere.
blizzard. We've been snowed in since the truck scene. All right, now we're in
But I know, I'm saying like, it's like now we've been in this like close proximity situation for a month or so.
Oh yes.
So now the tension is really building between all of them.
Yes.
So that's why I'm going to build.
Because
for that for
apparently
this
they
next-
can't keep it in their pants for more than like a week without having issues. Some of these men. Well, it also doesn't help that they all want her. They all find her attractive, and Jake got her first.
And I also think too, is Tiernan's never had affection like this in her short
Oh yeah,
life?
we're gonna break down Tiernan's whole mentality in this book, but yeah, that'll come a little later on. But we can talk about it a little bit. But all right, chapter 20, part 1, because again, this is a two-parter chapter with two different spicy scenes. Tiernan and Noah share an explicit moment. Oh, Tiernan and Noah in the workshop. They share an explicit moment of mutual watching and touching that stops short of sex when Tiernan pulls away, showing both her temptation and her growing self-control. So again, it's kind of back to that, kind of like the movie night scene where they're touching themselves while looking at each other, while kissing and nuzzling, but not touching each other type of situation. I think Noah touches her a little bit, like a smidge.
What's it called when like you're just watching each other?
Mutual masturbation.
There you go.
Well, that's
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah. I mean, people wanted the spice, and that's what happens in this scene. But Tiernan pulls away and like doesn't do anything, and then it goes to
Oh yeah.
Your turn.
Part 2. But real fast, no, Gene, this is not one of the writers from Rocky Mountain Readers Retreat.
No.
It's our next episode, maybe.
That's,
it
yeah.
is.
Next episode.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So chapter 20, part 2. So Tiernan and Jake. So after Tiernan runs away from Noah from masturbating in the garage together, after leaving Noah, Tiernan runs into Jake fresh from the shower. They lose control and have urgent, rough sex against her bedroom wall, emphasizing how obsession and desire are overtaken restraint. So she actually is like standing in her room, kind of like catching her breath. And Jake walks out of the bathroom with just a towel and he's like drying his hair. And yeah, she sees him and she's like, oh, damn. And
I volunteer as tribute.
exactly.
Sorry.
I volunteer as...
I really like Jake.
Yeah. And she pretty much just gets naked in front of him and he...
Well, he's still standing in the doorway to the shower or to the bathroom.
Yeah. And so he pretty much is like, game on.
Drops his towel and goes for it.
Drops his towel, goes in, slams the door, and picks her up by her thighs and bangs the shit out of her against the wall. Boom.
It's a quick, abrupt, but hot scene.
And I think that was her way of releasing that tension that she was building with Noah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
She
And
she
Jake
totally
was
needed
like,
a release.
Yes, please.
Well, he didn't know that was what was going on.
No, he did not. But what are you going to do when show a picture of her?
Hold on. All right.
That is getting naked in front of you.
Yeah, she's
dude.
pretty cute. Yeah, Tiernan's adorbs.
Did you put the one in her pajamas on there?
Looking. Hold on. Jake and Tiernan.
And I think our color combination.
I have all three of them together. I just didn't animate it. But like that's Noah, Caleb, and Tiernan. A little bit of the triangle. That's coming up.
I asked for the pajama one.
I don't have the pajama one.
You didn't put it on there?
I don't think so.
It's in the drive.
Nope. That's from a few episodes ago. Nope.
That was
I
another
didn't.
broody guy.
What?
It was one of our other broody guys.
Yeah, we love our broody dudes. All right.
Okay, moving on. Sorry.
Moving on. All right. We only have a few more to go. We're getting close.
on you
No
now.
pun intended. All right. Chapter 23, part 1. Again.
Zoom in on you.
I know. I'm going.
You zoom in on me.
I'm the producer and the cameraman. All right. Here we go.
Ooh, nailed it.
Hello. Oh, I got good hair today. Okay. Tiernan, Noah, and Caleb, bath and say yes scene. So after Caleb stitches Tiernan's arm, which comes after like the barn incident, she gets cut, the barn burns down. It's a whole long thing. We'll talk about it in key moments. Noah and Caleb, Jake's not around. He left to go check on the upper mountain cabin and make sure everything was okay. So it's just her and the two brothers that are in the house at this point because Jake's gone. Conveniently. Noah and Caleb bathe her and guide her through a sensual caretaking scene that turns explicitly intimate when she consents to be theirs, sealing the start of their shared triad dynamic. So after they stitch her up, obviously there's a whole long story, but basically there's no water. So they like fill it. Yeah, the power's out. They fill a tub with what's left of the hot water in the hot water heater. And Caleb worships her, so gets down on his knees and gives her some good action downstairs while Noah's whispering in her ear and playing with the upper part of her. So
Her breastises.
sorry, it's hard to say these things out loud to the
got you.
world. So anyway, it's a pretty hot scene, and then it turns into
Ooh. Caleb kind of, I feel like, loses control. So Caleb grabs Tiernan and carries her upstairs, where she and Noah have sex as Caleb watches before joining them. The scene escalates into a threesome with both brothers, including double penetration, marking the full physical realization of the triad with Tiernan surrendering to their shared bond. So, so I was going to get real dirty with...
I was gonna get real dirty with it, but then I was like, maybe no, like.
That's what the audience says they want. You can. I mean, it's pretty graphic.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she.
There's only so many places two men can be with one woman.
Yeah, and neither one of them were in the mouth.
At that point.
At that point.
I was going to say, everybody got a little bit of something in this.
Yeah. But I think her virginity was taken in the other area that night by Caleb.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely, like, if you're talking about anal penetration. Oh, yeah. Which, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's 18. She's brand new to the whole sex and intimacy thing. At this point, she's fooled around with herself. She's definitely fooled around with Jake. But when it comes to like that type of intimacy, I find it interesting that someone would be so willing, so young, so early into their sexual experiences to where they would be like, yeah, two guys at once, double penetration, bring it on. Especially at her age with her sheltered life that she's lived.
I mean,
obviously this is where fantasy comes in.
Exactly what I was going to say. And this is where the fantasy comes in.
So, all right. Okay, so next we have chapter 24, Tiernan and Caleb. So now she's been with Jake. She's had basically one instance with Noah, and now she's on to Caleb. So Tiernan and Caleb, the car scene in the barn/workshop. A heated confrontation in the barn turns into rough, desperate sex in the covered car that blurs anger, jealousy, and craving. Despite her rule of no kissing, Caleb and her break it, and the moment softens into unexpected intimacy. So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much describes the whole shebang. Like, it kind of repeats their first meeting. It mirrors that in the beginning, but she's obviously willing. And then it turns into heavy groping to full-on banging in the car.
Yeah. They almost got caught.
Well, they were in the covered car that's like an old vehicle that no one drives that's being worked on. They were inside of it. And Noah's like, Tiernan, are you in here? And they're just like, shh. And they're doing the dirty while he's like looking around like, is anybody in here? And they're just going to town in the car. Like the car wouldn't be moving.
Yeah, that's what my thought was like, really, you don't hear the car rocking?
I guess if they were moving really slow and quiet.
I
guess you could. I mean, it is an older car.
Didn't sound like that from
the way it's described.
Yeah, not at all.
Right.
All right, moving on to chapter 26. So now I feel like this relationship between Tiernan and Caleb she's
pretty much left Jake behind. She's decided that she's moved on from Jake and Noah at this point and kind of made her choice, I feel like.
Yep, I agree. So Caleb sneaks into Tiernan's room at night, touching her while she sleeps before waking her. Anger, jealousy drive him to dominate her sexually, withholding her release and punishing her emotionally. The scene escalates between cruelty and longing, exposing his love, resentment, and inability to separate intimacy from control. Is this... So, also, Caleb goes into her room most nights and cuddles with her, and she stops having her nightmares, and nobody knows that he's doing this until
later in the book. But
no, it's before this. It's
not later than this in the book. But later, it doesn't happen right. Like, you don't find out about it till about halfway through the book, I would say.
Right before the bath scene. Because it's before right as the fire.
Yeah, because she has night terrors every night at like 1:30 in the morning. And Caleb runs down there and...
always soothes her. And then goes back to his room.
Yeah, basically gets her through her nightmare so that she can sleep and stuff. She has no idea it's happening either.
No. It's so sweet, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll get into it more when we talk more about the book.
Okay.
I mean, when it comes down to the three of them, in my opinion, I think Tiernan made a poor choice. because like
Wait, I don't want to go. Let's finish.
we're not
this.
going to go there. We're not
Well,
random tangenting it yet.
No, not yet. I can't handle that.
All right. All right. Then we're into chapter 27. So the very next chapter, Tiernan and Caleb headboard restraint and escape. Caleb restrains Tiernan by her wrists at the headboard and brutally.
Fucks
God,
her.
Would you let me get there? I got to build up to swear on camera. Brutally fucks her. She fights back, escapes, slaps him, and bolts into Noah's room, locking the door. Nothing happens with Noah, by the way. A violent, desperate scene that ends with Tiernan breaking away. So it's hard to explain their relationship dynamic. So Caleb is mute by choice.
Because of the childhood trauma.
Because of childhood trauma, and he doesn't speak. So their communications are a lot of looks. He doesn't sign or chooses not to sign. It's a lot of looks. It's a lot of her kind of talking to herself, and I don't know. Their relationship is really weird. I don't see how you build a relationship with someone that will not communicate with you in any way. He chooses not to. Like he does in certain points with like the furniture redoing and the drawings and stuff like that. But he doesn't write her notes. He doesn't sign. He doesn't make any attempt to communicate other than like broody looks. So I feel like she's created this entire relationship on her head that's just solely based on physical intimacy and broody looks, which I just don't see how you can build a true worthwhile adult relationship out of that or love.
Okay, fair enough.
In my opinion. So anyway, moving on.
So now we're closer to the end of the book, and we're hitting chapter 30, which is kind of, I feel like maybe a little wee-woo-y, but not too much. So after that whole incident where she kind of runs away from him, Caleb has issues, and so he leaves and he goes up to the cabin, or that's where they think he left to. And he does this a lot. He goes and is by himself a lot. So after weeks apart, Caleb reappears in the woods, and he doesn't like reappear. Hold on. Her and Noah go in this
Before the blizzard.
right before the blizzard to go to the cabin to see if
He's okay.
Caleb is there, because she has found certain things in Caleb's room where he has written in books, and she feels like she now has
She needs to go and talk to him
rekindled something with that situation, and she needs to go confront him or talk to him or make sure he's okay, and how she's really truly falling in love with him possibly. And so she's like, no, let's get the fuck out of here and go find him. And so Noah leaves to go fishing in the pond to get them some breakfast, and she's like looking out the front door of the cabin, and she sees Caleb there about to shoot a buck, and he spots her, and he comes rushing to her wordlessly, and they reunite, turning emotional and intensity as they make love for the first time since their violent split. Reclaiming softness and connection, the scene restores their intimacy, forgiveness, and balance between them. And of course, Noah's there, and he's pounding on the door.
Poor Noah.
Again.
Poor Noah. He's always sidelined.
He is sidelined.
Poor guy. Sucks.
But that's how that scene really plays out. As she goes to reconnect with him after finding him, he does right. And she's like, what the fuck? And he's written
She's
about
pretty
her.
upset too that he hasn't communicated written to her. So
He's written about her,
yeah.
but okay. Now you can put the wee-woos on.
I'm working on it. I got to get rid of pictures. I got to do a lot of stuff. So give me a second. All right. So the last spicy scene in the book, this is in the epilogue, which this is definitely a spoiler to the like ending of the book. So if you don't want to know the ending, wait until the wee-woos are down and then unmute us or skip past. So
If you zoom in, it won't be on your head.
if I zoom in on myself,
No, it won't be on your head, I don't think. There you go.
there we go. Wee-woos. Okay. Epilogue. Tiernan and Caleb 5 years later in the tent. 5 years after the events at the peak, Tiernan and Caleb make love in a tent during their travels. Their playful, intimate reunion showing peace, maturity, and lasting passion. The moment blends tenderness and humor, closing their story with love and stability after all the chaos. And I don't want to get any more depth because it's the end of the book. It wraps everything up, and I don't want to spoil it. Like, read the book. The epilogue is pretty decent. So, wee woos over.
I know some people want the spoilers, but that is a huge spoiler. And I wouldn't have wanted it if I had read the books. Well, maybe we'll talk about it at the wrap up.
Well, no, I think we explain ourselves a little bit for some people that are new or joining us or whatever. Our podcast, obviously we talked about every spicy scene. So you know every detail of every spicy scene at this point, but like our whole point in doing the podcast is A, to talk about books we enjoyed and books we're reading. B, to get other people interested in wanting to read these books if it's up their alley. And also for other people who have already read them to hear our takes on it and see what they think, if they agree, if they disagree, whatever. So we want to leave some magic on the page for the people that haven't read it so that it either entices them to read it or they listen to us and they go, that's not my cup of tea. But like, we try to do a little bit for everybody. So we're not going to if we give major spoilers, we'll always put up the wee-woos so that if you don't want to have certain parts of the book ruined, but then skip past it. But like, we want to leave it some mystery to it. So tangent over.
All right.
And that is the end of the spicy scene tracker breakdown. Mm-hmm. Should we hit some of our questions really fast?
Yeah. Which of Tiernan's spicy moments shocked you the most and why?
I kind of touched on that. I think it's the after bath scene with the threesome action with Caleb and Noah. I mean, obviously I knew it was coming because I knew it was like a reverse harem type situation with a lot of dudes, but I don't know.
Do you think it needed to be in the book or didn't?
I don't think that needed to be in the book. I think she could have had individual sexual relationships with each person and the book would have been just as fine. I don't think that the two at a time situation was necessary. But again, it's a fantasy. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
And that, out of the question goes, I would say that was my most shocking. Shocking. All right.
Bottom of the page.
I'm working on it. How do you think Penelope Douglas uses spice to show Tiernan's growth rather than just shock value? Or does it? What do you think of the author's take on it? While you're talking about it, I'll put up a picture of the author. There's Penelope Douglas. She's a cutie pie.
So I think she uses it well, and I think it plays into Tiernan's arc, if you will, the spice. If the differences. So when she describes the best advice her mother gave her of the 3 types of love.
You might as well explain that whole situation.
I know, but I don't remember it verbatim.
It's basically your first is lust, your second is learn, and your third is love. You should have 3 boyfriends or three. You should have at least 3 relationships because the first one is lust. The second one is you're learning from it and you know what you want so that when you get to the third, it's truly love.
So do you think that played out in the 3 men?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was totally foreshadowing. She talks about it early enough in the book. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's what's going to happen. So you already knew that Jake being her first was the lust factor, and then you knew the rest. And I was like, oh, man. Because then, again, it kind of spoils who she ends up with. And I get it, but I was just disappointed in who she picked. But that's just me personally.
Yeah.
I don't think the book is disappointing. I just was kind of disappointed in that. But it makes sense. They're closer in age. They both have trauma that they have to work through together. So I would say that the epilogue makes me happy. Let me put it that way without spoiling anything.
And I think the spice through it helps build Tiernan's arc.
Well, she's dealing with some serious emotional shit, and so is everybody else. All 4 of them are dealing with emotional stuff, and they basically take it out on one another to get through it.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. To get to a healthier place,
Sex
it's just she just happens to
therapy.
be the only chick.
Yeah. If you had to label this book spice flavor, would it be taboo redemption, emotional carnage, or mountain survival smut?
I'd call it taboo redemption.
Yeah, concur.
All right, last question, then we'll move on to the darkness. Who do you think had the most chemistry with Tiernan, and was it the one she should have ended up with? Chemistry, thinking chemistry.
I think she had the most chemistry personally with Noah. Like, but I don't think I mean,
He gave off more
brotherly vibes.
brotherly platonic vibes. He didn't know what he wanted in life. He was just looking for something to make him happy. And I think with Tiernan being there, the idea of sex with her, I think that's the only way he knew to make himself happy. If you were to take out the sex factor,
I think
he's
have
just
made really good brother and sister
relationship.
cousin
Yeah, it was more of a platonic relationship.
I guess I just thought I don't see her having that much chemistry with Jake. Personally.
Yeah. So
was
it was
very
Caleb then, or was it Noah?
No, I mean how the book is written, she builds the chemistry with Caleb, and that's, ultimately how it comes down to. And I think you think it should have been Jake, but I think he really played
I get it. He was the insta-lust.
He was the insolence, but he also played a fatherly figure, if you will, in certain aspects of the book.
More of a parental figure, you
Yeah,
mean? I wouldn't
like he
call it
was
fatherly. I think it was parental.
He was more the one that was responsible, but also
Helped her mature in multiple ways.
yes.
I would agree with that.
Great.
I just wanted her to end up with him because I like the age gap. That's
Right.
just my own personal preference.
For sure.
And I thought their scenes were the spiciest in the book.
They were, yeah.
They were the most exciting in my opinion.
I think they were supposed to be. They were lustful.
I know. And I get all of that. All right.
Moving on.
We're moving on to
Darkness Breakdown.
all right. What is your darkness rating on this book? Because I know what I gave it. What are you giving it?
I would give it a 3.
So I'm pretty much kind of the same thing. I'm 3.5 ish. I would say 3 is fair. It's like middle of the road.
There's
But
some emotional wreckage, moral chaos, deep psychological tension that walks the razor edge between survival and self-destruction.
yeah, you
Yeah,
totally read my part.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, but that's okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Why did we rate this a 3?
I think we rated this a 3. Do you want to go into...
You're first.
Yeah, the trauma-driven intimacy, so Tiernan's isolation, the grief and neglect that sets the stage for the
Volatile
volatile mix of... I knew I was going to fuck that word up. Of emotional needs and physical exploration.
Another reason why we only rated it a 3 is the power imbalance. So the guardian dynamic with Jake and the silent volatility of Caleb keep the morality line blurred at all times.
Mm-hmm. Psychological warfare happens in this book with shame, guilt, jealousy, control dominant, the emotional landscape more than overt
Gore or violence. Yeah. So basically it's a lot of psychological warfare, not horror.
Yeah, I don't, okay.
That's what that's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the non-consent and punishment, key early scenes, blur the boundaries of agency, raw, uncomfortable, and intentionally disturbing. So, like, the kind of Caleb kind of punishes her sexually in a couple of ways because of his own frustrations, kind of takes it out on her. Plus, the initial meeting with Caleb is very Dubcon, in my opinion, or CNC. I think it's CNC more than Dubcon. I don't know. She says no a lot out loud.
Yeah.
And he pretty much ignores it. So there's definitely that.
The survivalist isolation in the mountain setting amplifies the darkness. No escape, no judgment, no primal, only primal instinct.
Yeah.
With their lust and sex.
The emotional metamorphosis. So despite all the chaos, Tiernan's growth emerges through her confrontation of trauma and power and reclaiming both. I mean, she kind of reclaims her power at the end, but it takes her leaving to do that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So it's not a 4 or 5. It never crosses fully into sadism or horror. There's a thread of redemption, love, and eventual healing that keeps the story from truly...
from a total abyss.
Yeah, from truly going off like the deep end with this.
Yeah, so it's about a middle of the road darkness level.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Which scene pushed your comfort zone the most, emotionally or physically?
My comfort scene? I would say comfort zone. I would...
Like, what made you most uncomfortable?
The most uncomfortable is probably the movie night scene.
Okay.
Like, that scene was just... Because again, it's that, oh, they're going to get caught. Oh, they're going to get caught. Are they going to get caught? And then they got caught. And then the scene afterwards. So that whole chapter was just uncomfortable for me. It felt like they were trying to manipulate her into doing something that I don't think she really wanted to do.
I agree.
I kind of feel like that same thing happened in the bathing scene after the whole stitching up her arm. She had to drink because there was no numbing agent. So she kind of got a little, again, I just feel like both of those scenes just felt really, really manipulative and made me uncomfortable.
I would agree with that. That's a good way of putting it. It was manipulative.
By the end, did you feel that the book earned its redemption arcs, or did it stay a little too weird and twisted to recover?
No, I think it totally did.
I think it did too. I mean, again, it's a lighthearted book, or not lighthearted. It's a lighter read than some of the darker stuff. Yeah. And it's not a dark romance. Like, this is a taboo. It's not dark.
Yeah. No,
so, I think it's, again, depending on how you feel about things, I think some parts are meant to make you feel uncomfortable because you're meant to feel how Tiernan feels.
Yes.
If you were putting yourself, because women usually read and they usually put themselves in the shoes of the main female character.
Yeah.
So.
I concur.
You concur? Good. I'm glad that you concur. Moving on.
Narrator reading.
All right. All right. I'm going to read off the narrator names and the parts they played, and then you can give your rating on the overall.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this was done with almost a full cast. So Sophia Willingham played Tiernan. Let's see. She did the voice of Tiernan. Greg Tremblay did the voice of Noah. Michael Pauly did the voice of Jake, which he kind of even looks like Jake a little bit. Not gonna lie. That was not disappointing. And Carson Beck, who you should go to his website because holy crap, you've heard his voice multiple times. He's famous. He's like a famous voice actor. He did the voice of Caleb. He did good as Caleb.
For sure.
All right. So so this type of narration in this audiobook is it's done dual by point of view via chapters, if that makes sense.
Yes. So Tiernan's chapter, she reads it and she does the voices of the male characters.
And vice versa.
Jake's chapter, so on and so forth, does the voice of Tiernan,
Oh, and by the way, in all description boxes going forward from this episode, there is at the bottom of the description box a little place that says resources, where it gives links to the different types of audiobook narration, so you can actually look it up, and it has the definitions as well as some genre information regarding spicy novels or romance, the romance genre. So I'm starting to put resources in for people who are new so that you don't always have to go back and reference our genre episode.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So
That's pretty neat.
random tangent. All right. What'd you give it?
I gave the overall narrow
How?
rating probably a 3.5-ish. I'll tell you right now, I didn't know that who did Caleb Carson Beck was that famous of a narrator or voice actor. Because when I listened to that part of it, I was like, why the fuck didn't he narrate more of this book? I was like, God, his voice is very nice to listen to.
Oh, he's got a beautiful voice. You should see some of the stuff he's done. He's done major, like, you have heard, everybody in the country has heard his voice at some point or another. He's done major commercials for massive corporations like Capital One. He's done voiceovers for like Avengers stuff.
Yeah.
Like
He's
he's pretty famous.
And that's probably why he is famous, right? Because right off the rip, I was like, oh, I really like this narrator's voice. I was like, this is someone different.
Yeah. And I'm guessing he's probably not cheap either. But to be fair, at the same time,
To be fair,
Sophia Willingham has won Audie Awards.
she had a great voice.
She had a good voice.
Let's play.
Should we play some of our
Yes.
samples? All right.
Yeah.
So let's put up Sophia. So I also gave the book or the narration like a 3.5. And I'll explain more in depth later. But here is a sample of Tiernan.
It's strange. The tire swing in the yard is the only thing that makes it look like a kid lives here. There were never any drawings in the house, none on the fridge or walls, no children's books on the shelves.
Okay. We'll do Jake next. Just because, yeah.
She shouldn't be here. This is a mistake. I can't do Tiernan any good. I can barely keep my own kids under control. Noah is 10 seconds from packing a bag and leaving any day, and Caleb... Jesus. Caleb.
Okay.
All right. Then we'll do Noah. And this is Greg Tremblay.
Women leave my room happy. Not like the boulevard of broken dreams that's my father's bed when they realize he only wants sex and not a relationship. Or Skid Row upstairs in Caleb's room where women are lucky to leave alive. I, on the other hand, am really good at this shit.
I thought that kind of embodied a little bit of Noah's personality. I tried to pick stuff that embodied each person or each character. All right. And here is Carson Beck as Caleb.
Why would he think that? She wasn't on drugs in prison. She was in there 15 years total, with some spells on the outside in between. And the only time she touched base was for money. Theft, robbery, dealing, negligence with her child. She was a bad person.
And that is Caleb.
Yeah, I mean,
I think overall they all did great. Like, it was a good mix. The only reason I didn't rate it higher is I feel like Michael Polly for Jake, it's hard when it's done in dual narration rather than duet. I think if, again, I'm a preferred duet, I think the book would have been absolutely elevated up to 4 or 5 level narration with a duet. When the guys have to do all the character voices, especially Tiernan's voice, it very much pulls me out of the book. And I think Michael Polly did his best when he had to voice Tiernan, but it was very hard for me. Because it's a guy trying to do a woman's voice, and it just doesn't ever sound right.
yeah.
So, yep, there we go. Narrator rating and
Which
breakdown.
narrator performance surprised you the most once the story got dark?
I don't think the story ever got dark. Obviously Caleb, because you don't actually hear his voice till much later in the book.
Yeah.
And it's very specific and it's very short. So obviously that one would be the one that's the most surprising because you don't get to hear it until that point.
And I think that narrator did a great job.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. And then Did the full cast narration make the story's tension more intense or almost too real to listen to at times? I kind of already gave my opinion on this.
No, I like the. I agree. It would have been cool if they all did their own voices throughout the whole book instead of chapter by chapter like that.
Yeah, it would have been better in duet rather than dual.
Yeah, it would have been sweet in duet.
Oh, yeah. It would have been so good. So, all right. Here we go.
Moving on.
Tropes and tension.
All right. We're getting close to the end here, everybody. All right, let's list off the tropes in this book really quick.
All right, go for it.
All right. Snowed-in / forced proximity.
Guardian war taboo age gap.
Reverse harem or shared love interest.
Sexual awakening coming of age.
Grumpy and confused sunshine.
Broody mountain men.
Jealousy and possessiveness.
Toucher and die energy.
Multi-partner encounters.
Morally grayness and shame versus desire.
Perfect. All right, let's hit those questions. This is going to be a short segment.
Which tension worked best for you? The forbidden age gap with Jake or the chaotic brotherly rivalry between Noah and Caleb?
Oh, I already said this multiple times. The age gap. That's my jam. Your turn.
What?
Oh, which one worked for you out of all the tropes? Forced proximity.
I think the forced proximity and the brooding mountain men.
Fair enough. That's good. It's good. Works. All right. Did you feel Tiernan's attraction to all three of the men was believable growth or pure survival mode hormones? It's like a tongue twister.
I think some people will take it as survival mode hormones, but I think personally it was growth for her.
I think it was confusion.
Is that one of them?
No. I'm adding in my own because I don't think it's emotional. I think she was starved. I think she grew up with parents who ignored her.
She was starved for attention.
And she was starved for attention and any kind of affection from family. And this is the first time she ever got it in 17 years other than her mother's assistant, Murai. And so the first time anybody showed her attention were these men. And I think that emotionally it confused her. And rather than accepting it as a more platonic bond with them, she took it into a sexual place.
Yeah.
Because she was that starved.
And they showed her that affection.
Yeah,
and
they're
hot as shit.
I mean, if we're going to get deep into it, I'm just saying, like, as far as the book goes, I think obviously that was one of the main arcs of the book. But yeah, she was so starved for attention. It could have been anybody. Take out the fact that they're her step uncle and step brothers by marriage. Again, not by blood. This is not incestuous in that way.
No, not at all.
But it could have been anybody showing her that affection, and I think she would have jumped into bed with them because she was that desperate to be loved and accepted.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
I think that's a great way to put it.
So.
Be honest. Would you have made it out of the cabin without doing something regrettable too?
If I were in Tiernan's place and not in the real world that I live in and there was no one else in my life, then yes, I would have not made it out. I would have totally...
You probably would have stayed in that lust mode with Jake, man.
Heck yeah, I would have.
You'd have been like, screw those other peeps.
Yeah, more experience is always better.
True.
I don't know. Like I said, I think Caleb was weird, and I think Noah... You can't build a relationship with someone who won't communicate with you.
He communicated in a different way with her.
Broody looks don't count, and sexual intimacy I don't agree with. But then again, that's just me. These are my hot takes. These are my opinion. It's a fantasy fiction novel. Who cares? All right. Should we move on?
Yes.
Key moments and notable quotes.
I love that. Notable quotes. All right.
Again, we got to thank Prima Pinata for that.
Yep. All right, let's hit those key moments. Well, I mean, we're already at like We're way in it. We're at an hour and 20 minutes.
It's going to be longer if we break it down like people want us to break it down.
If they want us to break down every spicy scene and talk about it, then yes, these are going to be longer episodes.
All right. So our first key moment in this book is Tiernan's isolation and arrival at the peak. So after her parents' death, Tiernan is left completely alone. Jake Vanderberg invites her to stay with him and his sons in the Colorado Mountains. Her arrival marks the first step towards confusing loneliness.
Confronting.
Let me fix my own word. Fuck me, dude. Confronting loneliness, grief, and self-worth. So her parents were a very famous actor and director.
She was an actor. He was a producer.
Thank you. And so they're millionaires, but they were, sounds like, very much in love with each other, but not in love with their daughter. Or they just kind of had her to have her, maybe. I don't know what that situation was. But the dad had cancer.
Yes. I mean, if we're
I'm just
spoilers. Yeah, the father was diagnosed with cancer and he was advanced cancer. He didn't have very much time to live. So rather than live without each other, they decided to leave with each other.
Yeah.
Is the nice way to put it.
Yeah.
And they left Tiernan all by herself.
Well,
but I mean,
she was all by herself anyway.
She was all by herself the whole time. Like, she was an obligation. It was something that, like, her parents had a kid because I think it was acceptable. Mm-hmm. It was, like, expected of them. And then they ignored her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, all right, next key moment. Learning to survive off grid. Jake insists that Tiernan help with chores, feeding animals, chopping wood, repairing things around the cabin. Tiernan begins to find purpose in hard work rather than the numb privilege she grew up with. So she's actually given something, like, people actually care that she contributes to a household. She can't just remain invisible, basically. And they force her to not be invisible and be a part of their world. And it's healthy for her, actually. It's really good. And she enjoys it. So there you go. Next key moment.
So building an uneasy family dynamic is our next one. So the cabin becomes a quiet battleground of personalities. Jake's authority, Noah's arrogance, and Caleb's silence. Each man reflects a part of Tiernan's own confusion about belonging and trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that just sums that shit up.
Moving on. Just kidding. Next key moment, number 4, the first taste of independence. As winter deepens, Tiernan starts drawing again, fixing her own problems and standing up for herself. These small victories symbolize her emergence from dependency and grief. Mm-hmm. She starts to grow up and mature a little bit, basically.
And I think she's finding passion for things that she didn't know she had passions for. She's
discovering her own personality and interests. Mm-hmm.
I thought was really fun. Like, she really likes doing things for the animals and taking care of the horses and making them fun little treats. And
she likes fixing things and being somewhat independent and figuring things out. And she also enjoys designing stuff too. She learns of, like, a whole talent that she has.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So the confrontation with Jake. So Tiernan challenged Jake. Hold up. Tiernan challenges Jake about control, fear, and the way he hides behind rules. Their argument forces both of them to see each other's flaws but human, shattering the protection ward illusion. When does that happen?
Is
that too choppy?
Yeah, it was really choppy. Tiernan challenges Jake about...
Don't repeat it.
It was really... All right, then you repeat it, slacker. Look at the camera.
No. So Tiernan challenges Jake about control, fear, and the way he hides behind his rules. Their argument forces both of them to see each other as flawed but human, shattering the protective ward illusion.
Better.
So, what part was that?
She challenges him multiple times about, I'm 18. And he's like, you're 17. You're not even an adult. And she's like, I'm 18. And, like, I'm not a kid. Just because I could have had partners, I chose not to. Like, there's a lot of that happening.
Okay.
All right. Next one. Next key moment, facing the consequences of connection. When jealousy and misunderstanding spiral through the household, Tiernan realizes affection and attention aren't the same as love. She begins defining what love means to her instead of how others define it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's yeah. So then the next key moment is Caleb's departure and Tiernan's reflection. So Caleb disappearance forces Tiernan to evaluate the chaos she's lived in and the choices she's made. The mountain becomes more of a mirror of growth and harsh but cleansing. So
this is right before she goes with Noah to find Caleb. This is after Caleb leaves. They have the rough sex she's very upset about. It's like the punishing sex.
And Caleb leaves.
Yep.
And then he's gone for
months.
2 months?
2 months.
Yeah, Mrs. Christmas.
She goes up in February to find him.
Yeah,
so he's gone all
2
of
months.
December, all of January. And this whole time she's learning about herself, figuring herself out while not sleeping with anybody. Like once she starts sleeping with Caleb, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Once she starts sleeping with Caleb, she no longer, she cuts off the sexual relationship with Jake, as well as any kind of sexual or romantic relationship with Noah.
Yeah, and I think
Caleb's her one and only.
And she starts building herself, right? She starts really focusing on her school and her college and what she wants to do
and accepting the fact that once winter's over, she's going to leave the mountain and start her life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and the guys are coming to that realization too, and they're having to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Second to last key moment, the return and reconciliation. When Caleb returns, it's no longer about possession or guilt. Tiernan sees herself as equal, capable, and finally strong enough to love without losing herself. I would say yes. She's decided. She basically sets an ultimatum of talk to me, communicate with me in some way.
Or I'm fucking out.
Or why am I staying here? Mm-hmm. Why am I choosing a life of isolation on a mountain with someone who can't even speak to me?
Or write to me.
Or
sign to me. Do anything.
Choose to tell me how you feel. Mm-hmm. Tell me, not just broody looks and making love to me. Mm-hmm. And so she leaves.
I think that was the best thing she did.
I think it was the best decision she made. Absolutely. Because they all had to learn to live without her. She had come in, kind of brought some healing and self-reflection to everybody. She left, which made them all have to look at themselves again. Jake had to realize what kind of father he wanted to be. And Caleb had to learn, to basically shit or get off the pot. Does he love her or not? And how bad does he want her? Mm-hmm. And Noah had to confront his dad and accept the fact that him and his dad had to deal with the fact that he did not want to stay on the mountain forever. Mm-hmm. He wanted to go and live a life outside of Colorado and see and experience things and do the dirt bike thing and race and all of that.
Yeah.
So, all right, now we're on to this, and I'm going to put up the wee woos because there's a little bit of a spoiler. And I will zoom in. Go for it.
All right. The epilogue. Peace after the storm. 5 years later, Tiernan and Caleb have built a life grounded in quiet connection. The wilderness that once trapped her now represents freedom and self-understanding. So this is when Tiernan and Caleb reconnect, and I guess I could say it because the wee woos are up, right?
Yeah, and we already played samples.
Yeah, I guess. So after being away, he comes and finds her at her house in LA and speaks to her for the first time and tells her that he's ultimately loves her, misses her, and can't be without her, and he will go anywhere she's gonna go. And he does.
And he had dealt with his own trauma and had to learn to stop punishing her for the sins of his mother, basically.
And he taught himself how to speak again.
Yeah. By reading books out loud that she had started reading to him. Mm-hmm. And basically the epilogue ties everything up in a nice little bow.
Yep.
Everybody finds their way in life. Some people find new love connections.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought was really cute.
You hear about Tiernan and Caleb's like life, and lots of things happen. That's all we're gonna say. Moving on. We're going out of spoiler mode.
All right.
All right, so let's hit some quotes on the audio, and then we will move on to some host questions afterwards, which I don't think we'll have to do a whole lot, and then we'll be into wrap up. So, all right, let's hit these quotes. Here we go. I'm just gonna should we just back them? Yeah. And if we need to stop, you'll kick me in the foot, and we'll stop and talk about it if we need to. Yeah. All right, cool.
I wanted it all to happen. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel it everywhere. You feel what everywhere? You and them, this place, the house, the land, the wind, them. I'm alive. You're 17. 18, I growl back. I could have screwed anyone by now. My parents never cared, but I did.
That's what I meant by the confrontation. Okay, moving on.
I want you happy, Tiernan. I want my sons happy. And I want you to know that no matter where you go, you'll always be ours. We're your home. Craving that fucking escape so badly because someone else left you empty.
Maybe he'll realize how fantastic I was once he doesn't have me to push around anymore, because he certainly won't get in Caleb's face.
Nothing about you is empty. I can feel your heart. They won't run from me, and no matter what happens with Caleb and me, I love Jake and Noah too. They lent credence every day to what happened to me and to my need to be in this. They validated me when I had nothing.
Okay.
Ooh,
I
you
think
nailed the Credence in there. I knew you were going to pull one of those. She says it a few times.
she only says it 3 times in the whole book.
I was going to pull the definition for Credence. I forgot.
It's the definition is on the side of his neck.
I know, but I was going to
So
read
Google it while I do some questions really quick. I can always answer them myself. Hey, I'm trying. I think I did pretty good with the visuals and the audio. Like the quotes were playing, and I tried to put up visuals to match them. So getting better. Did Tiernan's journey feel like emotional healing, or was it really just spicy wilderness therapy retreat gone off the rails? I think some of it was emotional healing mixed with spicy wilderness therapy. Like I said, I think some of the scenes were definitely manipulation. But again, that's the whole point of a spicy novel with the taboo. So we kind of covered all of this. So do you have the definition of credence?
Belief in or acceptance of something as true.
There you go. And I think that's a good title for the book. I mean, acceptance that something is true. She accepted that her parents didn't truly probably love her. She accepted that as true. Mm-hmm. She accepted the truth that the Mountain and the Vanderbergs, the 3 men, were her family. Mm-hmm. She also accepted the fact that just because her parents were crappy people, that she didn't have to be empty and...
Yeah, crappy.
Yeah, just like... Caleb also realized that just because his mom was a piece of crap, he didn't have to live the life of silence and isolation. And I think it was a good title. Mm-hmm. It fits all the characters now that we've deep dived. Your question.
If you were stuck snowed in with the Vanderberg men, who's getting your I shouldn't, but I absolutely will energy
I already
first?
answered that, Jake.
Yeah, for sure. All right. If you had to pick one word to describe the whole book, steamy, unhinged, or girl pack a therapist?
Girl pack a therapist.
For sure.
All right. Last one. All right. Be honest. At what point did you stop judging and just start rooting for all the insanity?
I don't think I ever judged the book.
I don't think I ever did either. I mean, I knew going into it was taboo.
I knew it was taboo. I just didn't know what it was. And then I was like, oh, this is a good, I liked it. I think it was a good storyline.
It was decent, yeah.
It kept me entertained.
Yeah, I think it was, like I said, overall, not bad. All right, speaking of overall ratings and thoughts.
Wrap up and ratings.
Man, we're good.
I know.
All right, let's hit those final ratings just as a review. All right, for Spice, we gave it a 4. The book brings Major Snowden's smut energy, spice enough to fog the cabin windows, but not full chaos level explicit every chapter. There's heat, slow burn tension, and enough should we be doing this moments to keep your earbuds sweating.
Darkness, we gave it like a 3.5.
3-ish.
3, yeah. There's plenty of emotional damage and moral grayness, but it doesn't stay pitch black. The trauma, grief, and taboo tension all hit hard, yet there's steady threads of hope and healing running through it. Think messy growth with a side of questionable decision making.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Again, just to recap, narrator rating, we gave it about a 3.5. Greg Tremblay, Carson Beck, Michael Pauly do a solid job bringing the mountain men to life. The dual point of view works, but could have improved by being a duet. Sometimes the pacing and tone shifts can feel a little uneven or out of sync. But overall, it's an enjoyable listen.
Mm-hmm. So overall, we gave this book a 3.5, 4.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
This isn't a romance that plays by the rules. It's wild, it's weird, and it makes you ask yourself if moral I cannot say
ambiguity. Oh, you messed me up.
Mm-hmm.
Moral questionableness.
Yeah, there we go. Can be hot.
Spoiler.
What?
Spoiler, apparently, yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Gotta read the rest of it.
Well, I was in parentheses. I didn't think I needed to read it.
All right. Final thoughts. Credence is the definition of cabin fever meets coming of age chaos. It's uncomfortable, addictive, and just a little wrong in all the right ways.
Tiernan's emotional unraveling gives girl go to therapy energy, but we still can't look away with all those mountain men in her way.
All right.
Are you going to ask me the question?
Book. Blondie. Who is this book perfect for?
Thanks for asking.
No problem.
This book is perfect for readers who love morally gray love stories that push the boundaries but still find their heart. Fans of the snowed in with temptation trope who can handle tension thicker than a winter storm. Listeners who apparently appreciate Penelope Douglas's signature balance of emotional vulnerability and erotic boldness. Anyone ready for a coming-of-age romance that's raw, unfiltered, and unforgettable. But who won't like this book?
Ooh, people who won't like this book are readers uncomfortable with taboo or age gap relationships. Those who need their romances clean-cut and morally clear. This book thrives in the gray areas. Anyone who prefers their spice without emotional turbulence, family entanglements, or psychological undertones. Listeners who dislike alternating male perspectives or dual narration styles. There we go. All right.
That was our wrap-up and ratings. Where are we going next?
On the next episode of Sisterhood of the Steamy Reads.
And that, my friends, wraps up our deep dive into Credence by Penelope Douglas, a snowed-in, spicy, emotional roller coaster that left us all questioning morality, mountain men, and central heating.
Seriously, I'll never look at a blizzard the same way again. We laughed, we cringed, we needed therapy, and maybe a cold shower.
But don't get too comfy, sisterhood, because next time we're sliding straight from the mountain into something even more dangerous, prison.
The next one's got dangerous attraction, secrets that cut deep, and a heroine caught between loyalty and temptation.
So whether you're here for the bad boy redemption arc or to yell, "Girl, don't do it!" at your book, you'll want to tune in for this one.
Grab your wine, charge your earbuds, and meet us next time for episode 25 as we dive into Toxic by Nicole Blanchard. Because in the sisterhood,
we don't just read romance.
We survive it. That was bad timing.
Oh, I think we did great.
I think we did too. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope everybody liked a little bit of the different format tonight. We'd love to hear your criticisms, comments. If you've read the book, what you think of it. We want to hear your hot takes. We'd love to have you like, subscribe, follow, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you know when we have a new video or post up. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok at the Steamy Sisterhood and
YouTube, Steamy Sisterhood of the Steamy Reads, and Spotify and Apple, also under Sisterhood of the Steamy Reads.
All right, everybody.
Have a great night. Thank you for listening.
And we will catch you
later.
Stop interrupting me.
Welcome to my room.